Hey, crypto family and friends. This is Deep Spate with the Crypto Bootcamp channel on YouTube. Before we get into it, if you would like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening with the bootcamp. On Saturday, January 28th, at 1106 Gorman Street on the campus of North Carolina State University at the McKimmon Center, we will be holding a boot camp event. And I mean an event. Beyond classroom is what we call it. We're going to entertain you and we're going to educate you. We're going to have a good time and we're going to bring the crypto community together under one roof. Yes, one roof at the McKimmon Center. We have some speakers and some guests that we want to announce. Our first guest for the Crypto Bootcamp, who has already confirmed coming all the way from Utah, is a good friend of ours, and his name is X-Ray Vision. Yes, X-Ray Vision will be in the building. X-Ray Vision is a crypto influencer. Yes, you can see him on YouTube at X-Ray Vision. He's also on Twitter at X-Ray Vision. This guy's going to come in and talk to us and share with us some critical information about cryptocurrencies and help shift your worldview around cryptocurrencies. So if you're a beginner or you know someone who wants to get into cryptocurrencies, please send them to the cryptobootcamp.net. That is cryptobootcamp.net. You can get tickets and get information and further details about our bootcamp at the site. We've also confirmed a legendary DJ. Yes, Raleigh's legendary DJ Craze. Yes, DJ Craze will be mixing it to the ones and twos. I believe that's what they say at the party, at the event, because it is going to be an event and we're going to have a great time. So our resident DJ will be DJ Craze. He'll be spending all day and having a good time. We're going to have a really lively event at the Crypto Bootcamp. We hope to have you there. Also confirmed is another speaker, a very successful guy, a very successful man and author coming out of Virginia who knows a lot about cryptocurrencies. Yes, we will have Rags to Riches. Rags to Riches is also an influencer in the crypto world. And so you can see him on YouTube at Rags to Riches on YouTube and on Twitter at Rags to Riches Fam. Rags to Riches Fam on Twitter. He'll be addressing the audience on Saturday the 28th. And let me tell you, this guy is an impassioned speaker. And let me tell you, he is going to bring some super information and he's going to help shape your worldview as it relates to cryptocurrencies. I'm here to tell you, if you attend this event, you will be changed, both spiritually, mentally, and financially, because we're going to show you how to get involved and how to make this thing do what it's supposed to do in the proper way. Oh, yes. Now listen. We got more. Hey, we have one dynamic artist. He's an acoustic artist. His name is Carrie Long. Check him out at Carrie Long Music. He will be appearing at the boot camp. Yes, this guy here is incredible. Every time I see him, he makes me join in and sing right along with him. So yes, Carrie Long Music will be there, and I do believe he's going to have his partner there, Mr. Quentin Jones, another legend here in Raleigh, also known as Q. He should be on the percussions, rocking it for you. We're going to have a great time. Now listen, that's not the end of the list. This is going to be hands-on training, and in our intermissions, we're going to entertain you, and at lunchtime, we're going to have a great time, and when the event ends, oh yes, we're going to be announcing where we're going to have our mixer after party. We have some offers. There's some few places on the table. We just got to make sure the one we choose is going to accommodate the kind of crowd that we're going to bring out, because we want to keep everybody comfortable, right? Yes. And I want to mention this. Everybody is welcome to the boot camp, no matter what It's all about crypto, baby. It's not about the spacesuit that you wear on the outside. It's about your drive and that desire to do something different, to change your life, and perhaps even live the life that you've dreamed of. Crypto has certainly done it for me. I just want to say that. Now, I want to invite you out to the Crypto Boot Camp. It'll be on the 28th, Saturday of this month. It'll start at 9 a.m. The doors will open at 8:30. Yes, doors will open at 8:30. Be there or be square. It's where it's happening. Now, let's talk a little bit about the markets, okay? Let's talk a little bit about the markets. Now, let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is doing some interesting things over the last couple of days. It's had a huge pump. It's gone from roughly around 15,000 to 21,000 as of lately. And this was a screenshot that I took earlier today. Who knows where it is at the very moment? It is about 2:53 a.m. in Raleigh, North Carolina. Yes, cranking out content for you. Cranking out content for the Crypto Boot Camp. Now, let's look at what crypto is doing. If you see what crypto is doing here, it's had a huge pump. But it could be a huge head fake. Oh, yes. Bitcoin could very well capitulate. Now, why am I talking about Bitcoin if I'm mostly a hex guy? Well, I talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is what most coins are correlated against. Its activity actually affects the activity of thousands of coins. So Bitcoin is our marker. It is the one thing that we use to take a look at the markets, as well as other data. It's a plethora of data that is used to assess what the market is doing and what it just may do in the future. But to keep it simple, we're going to look at Bitcoin right here, right now. Now you see this pump that we've just experienced right here in Bitcoin. It's starting to move sideways a little here, and there's a little bit of activity to support maybe even a higher pump. But this head fake, and I said don't be fooled, could be a part of the mechanics that are around Bitcoin as it has historically been observed to perform. And so what happens is, by this market operating in such a cyclical nature, you could almost use past historical data and apply it as an overlay over current or just recent data, and it could give you an idea of what this particular coin or what this particular instrument just may do. May do, because we always have to remember, investing is always based upon human emotions and how people feel about a particular coin or project, or about the economy, or about themselves, or about the world. It's all interrelated. But as it relates to the context of what we're speaking of, some of the experts are saying that we could still have a huge capitulation in Bitcoin. It could fall or drop down to as much as 10,700. That would be what we would establish as a floor. And this floor would be our starting point, which would take us or transition us into a bull run. And what is a bull run? A bull run is when there are many more people investing than there are people taking out. Simply put, it could get even more sophisticated and more complicated than that, but just to keep it simple, that's basically what it is. So when people begin to rush into cryptocurrencies as a viable investment vehicle, which it looks like it may be moving in that direction, you're going to see a lot of investment flowing into this market and into cryptocurrencies. And these particular charts that we look at will resemble what we're seeing right here. And what it is believed is that once we move into a bull market, we have up to a 5-year run, which is why I want to encourage you to get involved. Yes, get involved. This is what I would like to challenge you to do. that particular skeptic that you might have around you, show that skeptic some of my videos and let them critique my videos and let them tell you how good or bad I am at what I do and how effective my message is. And my message is simply this: what are you going to do? What alternatives do you have available? You're going to go buy a house and flip a house? That's hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of investment and debt. And that's a consideration that has a much higher period of time before you break even and or make a profit. So when we consider real estate, it's viable, but it takes a while before you can 10x that or 2x it or double your money. It takes a while. Cryptocurrencies actually works in such a shorter period of time, and it doesn't require as much paperwork, but actually zero paperwork. All you really need is a digital wallet, and we'll teach you how to do that when you come to our boot camp. But all you need is a digital wallet and some good instruments to invest in. That's the real ticker, having good instruments to invest in. Having good instruments to invest in would be something that could be acquired through being a part of a community, which is what we're building here at the Crypto Boot Camp. So having access to good projects, good assets, good instruments is something that a community can provide. So being a part of a community, whether you're a part of our community or not, I recommend you being a part of a community. You can save yourself a lot of time and heartache. Yes, learning cryptocurrencies takes time, and getting good at it and getting it to become profitable can be a shorter period of time if you do the right things. And that is what we teach you to do here at the Crypto Boot Camp. Now listen, Bitcoin could hit that floor. If it hits that floor, we're Katie barred the door. That means we're off and running to what experts say could be a good 5-year run. Don't forget that. So it doesn't take but a marginal amount of investment right now, and you can really realize some great returns in cryptocurrencies. Forget all that scam stuff. Forget all that FTX stuff. That stuff's over with. We're beginning the process of right-siding the ship, and a lot of the bad instruments are being flushed out of cryptocurrencies. And I want to encourage you to get to know this guy. His name is Richard Hart. He's on Twitter at Richard Hart Win. That's Heart Win. Check him out. We glean a lot of information from him, and we're here to celebrate the upcoming launch of Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain is going to be a new mainnet, and it has a few objectives that it is destined to meet, and that is to decrease the cost of interacting and making transactions on level 1, which is Ethereum mainnet, by the way, on that particular protocol. And so he is also bringing about a more deflationary project or setup, if you will, in cryptocurrencies by introducing Hex. That's another coin we're going to talk about in the near future. We're going to review it. We're going to go through it point by point. And not only will we review Hex, we will review other coins also. And it's not necessarily that we're shilling them, but we want to be able to show people the benefits of deflation, of deflationary coins and deflationary projects, something that your dollar simply cannot provide to you or for you, which is why it takes more money to buy the same stuff. Yes, cryptocurrencies in its proper form provides deflationary aspects that brings more bang to your buck, and it makes it worthwhile. How many times have you gone to work and got your paycheck and it's spent before you get home? Why? It's because the dollar's no good, and it affects your ability to work. It affects the quality of services that you receive, and it also affects the amount of the quality of services that you also give. Because if you work 40 hours a week for $1 that's worth nothing, your propensity to work hard is drastically impacted. But if that dollar has much buying power, you show up to work every day and you work harder because you want to earn more. Because the more you earn, the more you can purchase and the more you can invest. But when you have a dollar that is depressed, or an instrument that you're using in terms of a currency that has very little buying power, it affects everything across the board. And so the reason why you're getting poor services at restaurants and poor services at various businesses around the country in the United States is because the United States federal government is overprinting this money. It is printing so much money and diluting the money supply that your dollar is absolutely worth nothing. It may be worth 2 cents, maybe 4 cents if we're good. But as soon as you have a currency, which lies in cryptocurrencies, something that has a true deflationary element that is not being printed and minted and more added to the pool, causing a dilution. And when it is diluted, it has less buying power. Cryptocurrencies is the place to be, because when the amount of circulating currency is less, there's more demand. And when there is more demand, people are willing to work harder for it. People are willing to give greater services for it. So instead of going to a restaurant and getting terrible service, that person is going to value the currency that you're going to give them for the service. And they'll be much more willing to work for it versus give you poor service. So think about that aspect of what your dollar is doing to you. And when you think about that aspect, plant this one thing in your mind, that on January 28th, we're going to be at the McKimmon Center on the campus of North Carolina State University at 1106 Gorman Street. It's the Crypto Boot Camp. Share this with your friends if you would. We'd greatly appreciate it. And we hope to see you at the boot camp. Come on out. And if you want further details, go to cryptobootcamp.net. We have a plethora of merchandise, some really cool stuff, and it's a great site. And we're going to have a great day in Raleigh. So, I guess I've said enough. This is Deep Spate with the Crypto Bootcamp 1, signing out. See you soon.